friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I am very excited about today's video. It is going to be the first of 3 videos that will celebrate my 3 years on Booktube, which comes up very quickly on April 22nd. So today I'm going to be doing a tag video that Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand tagged me in. It is called the Your Booktube Tag. This was created by Stripped Cover Lit. I will link both Sarah's video and Stripped Cover Lit's video down in the description box below for you to check them out. I thought this would be a great way to kind of kick off my 3 videos because it kind of gets into the how and why of my channel. And that's not something that I've really talked about a lot very much before. So I thought it would be a great thing to do around my 3rd anniversary. So here we go. There are 10 questions. Let's just jump right in. The first question is, how do you decide what to read on your channel? And this is, I just kind of pick what I want. I do choose monthly TBRs because I have such a huge amount of books that I kind of go through and just what is standing out to me. This year I'm doing things a little different in that I was kind of inspired by the Buzzwordathon, and each month I'm choosing a pile of books that have common words in the title. I didn't do that in March because of middle grade March, and I actually didn't do it in April because I'm doing the Book Buddy-a-thon, and that had so many books that I didn't need more choices. But I did that for January and February, and I really enjoyed it, and you'll see that come again in May. In 2017, I did something fun where I asked 12 different booktubers that I watched for a recommendation, and I put those in a jar, and I picked that out. So they helped me choose books. I do have a Goodreads read-along group that I just kind of pick mostly backlist books. I do tend to read majority backlist books because that's what I own. If I'm interested enough in a current release and I've heard enough good things about it, then I will pick that up from the library. So I do occasionally throw in current releases from the library. I do not receive a lot of review books, and that's because I do not request a lot of review books. I have gotten some, but I have so many books already on my shelves that I feel a little almost guilty, I guess, for requesting books that I might not get to right away. So when there is something that I'm very interested in, I will request it, and sometimes I received those, but that's very rare. Oh, also this year I do have my TBR cart. In 2019, I did ask for recommendations from you guys, my subscribers, and so every month I try to make sure I have at least a couple books from that cart also in my pile that I choose out for the month. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a mood reader, but I also like to narrow down my options. So I do still make a TBR, but I like to have freedom, so I make sure on that TBR there's a lot of variety. I am very influenced by things other people are talking about or that I've heard really good things about, but I also know what I like and what I probably won't like, and so that influences my reading as well. I think that covers it. Excuse me. Number 2, let's talk about prep. Are you more seat of your pants, kind of fly by the seat of your pants, or are you more organized? I would say that I'm a little bit more fly by the seat of my pants in that I don't script out or even write an outline for my videos. I mean, if I'm doing a wrap up, I know the books I have to talk about. The same with the haul and TBRs. I know those books. I don't always put them in any specific order. I don't do a lot of statistics and other things that require more organization. So yeah, I think it's a little bit, I think it's mostly fly by the seat of my pants. I have never been one to have a schedule. As soon as I give myself a schedule, I'm not going to want to do it, and I would be even less motivated to film and edit and upload and all of that. So I have never given myself a schedule. Thanks for sticking around. I know potentially my channel could have grown faster or bigger had I been consistent about that, but I'm very content with where things are at right now, and I'm moving forward in the same vein that I've been going. So yeah, I am much more fly by the seat of my pants. Yeah, I'll stop there. Number 3 is, what inspired you to start your channel? I watched Booktube for about 6 to 9 months before I started making videos myself. During that 6 to 9 months, I started out as just a silent observer. I would watch videos but never comment. And I never really became invested in the community, but slowly over time, I thought it would be fun to start becoming more involved in the community. So I did start to comment a little bit and talk to people more about the books and the videos that they were talking about in the videos that I was watching. And once I started commenting and interacting with these people that I was watching, I thought, hey, I could do this. And at the time I had a friend, an in real life friend, who also watched BookTube once I told her about it, and we would talk about the people that we were watching, and we both kind of started at the same time. So Lisa from Brand New Book Smell, who no longer makes videos, she and I started making videos at the same time. So I wish she still did it, but that's okay. But that's what inspired me. Lisa and I talking about it so much and together kind of saying, hey, we could do this. Let's become a part of this community. So I started my channel first and then got her involved in it as well. It was such a gradual thing from watching and then starting to comment and feeling like I was becoming more involved to saying, hey, I want to do this too. So watching other people inspired me. I also, at the time, felt like I would have been a rarity. Like, I'm a little bit older, quite a bit older than the people that I was watching at the time, and read quite a bit differently. And at the time, 3 years ago, I hadn't found other channels that were like that. So I thought maybe I could fill a bit of a hole or broaden the scope of what BookTube was at the time. So I know now you can find any kind of channel for any kind of reading, which I love. But at the time I hadn't discovered those channels. I was watching kind of mostly YA, mostly young people, most of whom I no longer watch because I watch a lot more people who have a broader range of reading. And a lot of those people who were reading mainly YA have also branched out a bit too, which is nice to see as they grow. Okay, number 4, walk us through your filming session. Well, honestly, it's pretty simple. I'm sitting on the floor in front of bookshelves. I have another set of bookshelves that you often see in the other room where I sit on the floor in front of those bookshelves. I currently film on my phone. The majority of the 3 years I filmed on my phone. I do have a DSLR, but the times that I filmed on that, I find I have a really hard time getting it to stay in focus. And I need to learn how to do it because it is a very nice camera and I would love to use it more often, but I haven't taken the time to learn how to do it better. So as of right now, it's just easier for me to sit down. I have a little clip tripod type thing that I clip onto a chair or a bench or whatever I can find. It's currently clipped onto a stack of books that's sitting on a chair. I push record and I talk to the camera. I obviously gather the books that I need ahead of time. Then I sit, I film, I send the video clip to my Mac through AirDrop and use iMovie to edit. Very simple. I am not fancy with editing. I am not fancy with filming. I have no lights, so this room actually gets a lot of daylight when I'm not wearing my glasses. I like to film in here. With my glasses, there's a lot of glare because there's a window on the side and there's a window directly across from me. So it's great light when I'm not wearing my glasses. When I am wearing my glasses, I tend to film in the other room for the most part. But yeah, I keep it simple. If I make it too difficult, I'm less likely to stay motivated to do it. So there you have it. Easy peasy. So anybody can do this. Anybody with a phone with a camera. If you're sitting there thinking, I don't have the equipment, I don't have the lights. It would be nice to have lights. I could film more in the evenings, but I'm okay without them right now. Can't afford them. And okay, number 5, what's your favorite BookTube style or like staple videos? So I guess it's talking about kind of the foundation of BookTube, the TBRs and wrap-ups and hauls and even tags. Those are kind of the staple things that you'll find on most people's channels. I always love it when people branch out and do a variety of things. Recommendations and reviews are also, I guess, included in that. For me, I'm gonna say my favorite is a book haul. I think if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you know that I love, love, love finding book deals, whether that's library book sales or thrift stores or little free libraries or anywhere else that I can find a good deal on a book, secondhand bookstores, etc., etc. And I find a lot of them and I find really good books secondhand. I'm very particular. I still like them to be in fabulous condition. But finding a good deal on a book is one of my favorite things. And I love sharing that with you. So I do a lot of book haul. I think I have a monthly book haul for the most part. Well, I just did a review series where I went back through my book hauls from 2016. And even then I did a book haul every single month and sometimes more than one. So yeah, book hauls I would say are my favorite. They're a little bit tricky because I don't know a lot about the books, but it's fun to just see what I was excited about. So for me to make, I love watching book hauls. To watch, honestly, I love watching TBRs. I feel like I should say wrap-ups because that's when people have read the books and they're talking about them, but wrap-ups tend to be longer and TBRs tend to be shorter. And I know there's a trend on Booktube for videos to be longer. Clearly, I'm making longer videos as well. And I think that's great because it gives us more time to be chatty and to talk more about things and not feel like we need to be quite so concise. And I love that. However, I often don't have a long amount of time when I'm watching videos, so I like to watch TBRs because I love seeing what books are exciting to people, and you often get a quick synopsis of the book. So you won't get all of the reaction to what the book was about, but you'll get a synopsis of what the book was about. And I feel like I'm often introduced to a lot more books in TBRs. And I just love seeing people get excited about what they're going to be reading. I love watching book hauls. I love watching wrap-ups. And again, I love it when people get creative about things and do things a little bit differently. I love reading vlogs as well, or vlogs of any sort, because I just like seeing into people's lives a bit more. One of my favorite booktubers who also does lifestyle and family vlogs is Jess from Jess McGlynn. I will link her channel down below. Her vlogs blow me away. They're so wonderful. They're often not just about reading, but about the adventures that her family goes on. But they're so beautiful, and she puts the best music to them. So much fun. So much fun. So I think you should check out Jess from Jess McGlynn. Okay, that's beside the point. I love all the staples. I know some people I've heard somebody recently call them paint by number, and I didn't like that phrase at all because I feel like these videos are more like a foundation. They're essential to BookTube. Yes, it's great when people can get more creative, but these videos are like the building blocks that everything else is built upon. So I don't think of it as being basic or paint by number or not having to think. I think it's foundational. It's essential. So yeah, I like all the foundational videos. So keep doing them. And if you're thinking about starting, don't worry. Most of the videos I make are TBRs, hauls, wrap-ups, sometimes recommendations. Sometimes I get a little crazy and do something different, but for the majority of my videos, I stick to the basics, and I'm okay with that. And all of you who are here watching tend to be okay with that as well. So yeah, don't be afraid that you have to be super creative, especially right when you're starting out. I've been here 3 years and I'm not usually that creative. Moving on. Number 6, what would you like to see more of on BookTube? I don't know. I feel like I'm very satisfied with the things that I see on BookTube. I do like it when people get creative and branch out, but I like to see people being themselves. I like to see a little bit more of life outside of the bookshelf. So I would love to see more people do or attempt to do a reading vlog where they film in a different place in their house, or take us on a little adventure, or a bookstore trip that they go on out with their friends, whatever it might be. I love to see a little bit of life or reading life outside of just sitting in front of shelves or sitting in their normal filming spot. So yeah, I guess I'd like to see more of that, just because I think it gives me a bigger picture of somebody's life and their preferences and what they like and how they read, all of that. I love that. And I think that's what I'd like to see more of. Number 7 is, when you're reading, do you take notes? And if so, how? The only time I take notes when reading is if I'm doing a buddy read. So if I am, reading along with someone else, or even for my Goodreads read along sometimes, I will keep a notebook nearby to just write down my thoughts so I remember what to talk about with that person, because I'm super forgetful. However, on my own, if I'm just reading a book for myself, I do not take notes. If it's a book I think that I might keep, I might underline something that stands out to me. That's very rare. And that's in part because a lot of the books that I read, I pass along. So unless it's an author that I love or a book that I know I'm going to keep, I don't write in it because I want to get the best buyback offer I can get from the secondhand bookstore. So no, I don't normally take notes unless I'm doing a buddy read. And when I'm doing a buddy read, I just write the title, the chapter, and then I just kind of write my feelings or quotes or something that I want to remember, and maybe the page number, so that when I chat with that person later, whether it's email or Voxer, which is my favorite way to buddy read, I'll be able to refer back to my notes to remember what I wanted to talk about. Number 8 is, where would you like to see your channel this time next year? And I think I've said it before, but I'm pretty content with the pace of the growth of my channel. It has been 3 years almost, and I'm just over 3,000 subscribers. So I guess if we continue at this pace, it would be nice to be at like 4,000 by next year, by my fourth anniversary. I know there are a lot of channels that have grown much quicker than mine, especially closer to the beginning. There were moments of comparison and maybe a touch of jealousy, like why hasn't mine grown faster? But I know that I'm older. I know that I don't read all the most current and popular books. I know I read a lot of backlist. I know I read a lot of historical fiction, which is not everybody's jam. I know I read Christian fiction, which is definitely not everybody's jam. So I know I kind of fit a different type of reader, I guess. So I may not be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. I feel like I have really good connection with people who comment, and I feel like people who watch me feel like I'm approachable and friendly, and I feel like the pacing of my growth has been pretty consistent. It's a lot slower than other channels, but it's still growing consistently. So I'm very happy with that. So I think for next year, I'd like to see more of the same. I hope that I'm still around by next year. I'm pretty sure that I will be, because this is one of the joys of my life. And yeah, I just hope that I'm still talking about books that I love. I hope that I'm still informing you maybe of books you haven't heard of or maybe forgot about because they're a little older. I hope that I'm still having good connections with people. I hope I'm still doing buddy reads with people. Yeah, I feel like if I continue on the same trajectory, that's a tongue twister, trajectory as I've been, I'll be very happy and content with where things are. So I am not looking to like boom in the growth or do anything drastic or change in any way. I'd like to do more vlogs, so I hope that that continues throughout the year, that I do a little bit more and be willing to branch out and try different things maybe. If you have ideas of things you'd like me to do, please share them, because I'm open to all ideas. Yeah, I hope I continue to be making friends and feeling connected to you guys, because that's the most important thing. All right. Number 9, best booktube memory. Oh, I thought of a lot of things when I first wrote this down. Middle grade March is by far one of my favorite things that has happened because of booktube. Another thing that has been fun is that I have met up with 2 different subscribers who don't have their own channels but who have watched me. So shout out to Patrice and Patricia. Funny that their names are very similar, because I've met them in real life, which was wonderful. I would love to meet more people in real life, both creators and subscribers. It would be so much fun. So those were really great memories. I think the other thing that I've loved that I've been able to do because of booktube is buddy reads, which has turned into friendships with different people that I've read multiple books with. And the connections that I've made because of buddy reads is definitely a highlight. So books that I've buddy read with people are Beartown and Dark Matter and Pillars of the Earth and Long Way to a Small Angry Planet and Scythe, and all different kinds of books that I've read with different other booktubers and subscribers. Fahrenheit 451 I read with someone. I don't know, so many. Each of those experiences have been so much fun, just to make connections and to chat a little bit about life and a little bit about the book. I've loved that. But Middle Grade March is probably my favorite booktube memory. I feel like there was something else that I was gonna say. I don't know. I don't remember. I think looking back, I remember doing my first giveaway at 200 subscribers, because I was so blown away that I even had that many people that were subscribed. And the Fiction Guild had accidentally sent me 2 of their Christmas boxes that they gave out that year. And so I gave away a whole box of books at 200 subscribers, which kind of seems silly now, but at the time I remember that being so major. And even all of those milestones, when I hit 500, my heart was so full. I couldn't believe it. It was just so much fun. So looking back on those feelings of just being in awe that I could read and do one of my favorite hobbies, and that people were watching and feeling connected and wanting to see more, was just a lot of fun. So those are fun memories as well. I think I'll stop there. And the final question is why? Why booktube? I've kind of hinted around this and talked about this a little bit, but really the main reason that I'm still here on BookTube 3 years later is you guys, is the subscribers. It's people who watch, it's people who have become friends, people who comment and feel connected to me and who I feel connected to, people who love the same books or don't like the same books and are willing to talk about it in the comments. It's the community. It's talking with other people. It's doing buddy reads. It's feeling connected to people who have this love of books like I do. I do have a few people in my life who enjoy books, but not to the level of booktubers or people who watch BookTube. It's just been such a fun outlet for this hobby that I love. And to be able to say I have friends in Australia and England and on the West Coast and in the Midwest and in Florida, and I mean places that I don't ever get to go. It's so cool to me to consider people friends because we have such a huge hobby that's in common and have connected over books and reading. That's a joy. That's such a joy to me, and that's why I'm still here. I don't love editing, or the time that it takes to film and edit and upload is a lot sometimes, but I continue to do it because of the community, and to feel a part of that community, it just makes me very happy. It's something that brings me a lot of joy and something that I hope to continue doing for the foreseeable future. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think I'm going to stop there. That is the Your Booktube tag. As always, I love chatting with you in the comments. I would love to hear from you down below. What is either a favorite video of mine that you love to watch, like style or type of video, or an idea that you have of something that you'd like to see? I would love to hear that down below so I can beef up my list of ideas for BookTube videos and just connect with you down there. I would love to chat with you about anything that you heard me say today or anything you like. You know I love talking to you down in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll definitely be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye!